Charlie Kirk was a right wing extremist, and I'm going to say that very clearly, extremist in his views. And he was unfortunately shot and killed at one of his events right through the neck. And it sucks that he went out that way. That's one thing I will say. I think people have a right to talk about how they want to talk about, but do I have empathy? Do I feel bad for Charlie Kirk? Absolutely not. And I'm going to give you this analogy. Would a slave owner be upset that his would a slave be upset that his slave owner was murdered? I don't think so. And the way I look at this whole situation is that Charlie Kirk preached and put forth these ideas of misogyny, of these ideas of racism, these ideas that stem from ignorance, from his own childhood. And he put forth those ideas as if they were factual evidence of his kind, his ethnocentrism being what America needs to survive. So when I say that, I'm like, why would I have empathy for someone who would gladly eviscerate and eradicate my kind? Why would I have empathy and condolences for someone that would eviscerate and eradicate someone who does not look like him, act like him, talk like him, or fit his ideologies of what a human being is? I wouldn't, and I don't. I don't have empathy for that man. Would I have empathy for him if he voiced his opinion in a way that didn't demonize communities and make them out to be such harmful, disgusting pieces of crap? Maybe. But at the same time, the way he went about, he was a propaganda machine for the right wing. He was, again, another puppet for the right wing. That is how I think of Charlie Kirk. I think he's spineless. I think he's gross. And I don't think that I should have empathy for someone that would eviscerate my community and my kind like that if he had every ounce of power too. So that is my opinion on Charlie Kirk. Yes, it sucks that his children have to see that video of their father online in the future, or if they haven't already. It does suck, and I feel bad for his kids, but I don't feel bad for his wife. I don't feel bad for him, and I'm not going to, because like I said, would a slave have empathy or condolences for their slave owner? No. And Charlie Kirk preached nothing but hate speech and rhetoric in a lot of his events, and you can't tell me otherwise. When he's saying that Michelle Obama and Joy Reid, they don't have brains or capacity to actually have an education. Meanwhile, he didn't finish didn't finish his education, but couldn't even get into the college he wanted to. So you can't sit here and say someone is uneducated when you're uneducated and ignorant. All of his statements were ignorant. All of his statements were unkind, and they were untruthful, and they really just perpetrated through hate. They perpetrated through just complete divisiveness of the United States of America. And he is definitely one of the reasons why America is the way it is today. And what I mean by it is what it is today. It is what it is today by the political climate we are in, and he contributed to that huge split instead of contributing to unity.